Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. Today is actually a heavy topic for me because, and yes, we're going to get back to the periodic table, right? But right now, I think the discussion would also be therapeutic for me, but I don't think we're paying attention to the war that goes on with ourselves at a time like this with, all the different exchanges in the cosmos, the portals, the spiritual war, the mental war, the psychological war. It causes internal conflict, right? I'm having my own personal internal debate, but the creator had just demonstrated to me a few moments ago, just how this internal conflict is not only passed down, but it can literally kill your offspring. When you don't have a good relationship with yourself, obviously it's probably close to impossible, to have at least a balanced relationship, a healthy, balanced relationship with others, right? So we know about, the wars that are related to bloodlines and all of that good stuff, right? How it can translate or manifest down into 3D as health issues or behavior issues or neurological issues, and the list goes on, right? But once you become aware of the unseen, there's this layer, right? And we talked about needing to learn the difference between the effects of drugs, the effects of warfare, and the effects of psychological and or mental illness, right? We just had that conversation a few days ago. But there is a literal reality within yourself that is very, very hard to fine tune once you step into this spirit world. First of all, because you start observing everything through a spiritual lens, it's really hard to function as a typical human being, right? That's the first part. So just from there, you start seeing things from the bird's eye view as opposed to, what's directly in front of you. You tend to look at things from a more deeper level. So that's the first thing. And then you want to move over and you start paying attention to, obviously, the curses and the cycles that are related to the bloodline and whatever energies and entities may have attached itself to you, whether it be through your bloodline, your partner, or just your overall environment, or just things you're consuming, right? That would be a part of your environment, whether it's music, TV, whatever, right? But this reality that is comprised of you and you alone is a very sensitive area, because it can be and it should be just you and you alone. But what happens is this is where the attacks really start to come in, because this misunderstanding of yourself, which way do I go? What do I do? And as I said, I'm going through this as well. So I wanted to make sure that with this conversation, I'm not projecting my own personal, situation on the collective. I have to be able to separate the two, right? And I think I've been doing a pretty decent job with that lately. When I include myself in the conversation, it's just to make a point that I'm speaking from a spiritual aspect, but I'm not just talking out my ass, right? I'm speaking from personal experience. That is often confirmed through many channels. But when you start gauging in on the actual differences between where you're going and where you were, you have to be not only mentally prepared, but the physical effects that come with that are quite dangerous. And like I said, if you're not careful, that stuff can be transferred down and kill your offspring, the people that are close to you. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's say two people, they fall in love, they have a baby, they have these differences, right? They break up. But the cause of the breakup is based on warfare, right? That energy is now dispersed between all of the parties connected to that situation, no matter what it is. So if it's a family of three, like the mom, the dad, the baby, the family of the father, the family of the mother are also connected to that warfare. Okay? If there is no rectification, no balance brought, no higher ascension taking place from the parents, the two people that created this new portal, because remember, when you have these two bloodlines coming together, that is the start of a new world. It's the start of a new portal. It's the start of a new energy, right? This is new energy. Even if the soul had been reincarnated, there's a strong chance that there's some element of new. This is where the cycle being broken comes in. This is where the new pattern comes in, because there's some hint of element attached to that offspring, even if it is a soul that has reincarnated to finish, to start, whatever. When those bloodlines that are connected are attacked via the spirit and nothing's done about it, the warfare usually rests on the crown and the sacral and the root of the offspring. Whether it's 1 or 50 kids, doesn't matter. It gets scattered out even more. So that's why you see, if there's people with a bunch of kids, you may see some that are really doing really, really good, and some that are really doing fucked up, and some that are doing all right. And then if you see like one, you see like they go through mad shit. Prime example, me, right? Or then you'll see like some that's maybe like 2 or 3 or 4, and then again you'll see one doing good, one doing all right, one doing, the energy is scattered out. So this is where prayer, fasting, connection. This is where all of this comes in, because once the diaspora, or the dynamics rather, of that unit is separated, if that is the common goal of whoever is attacking them, whatever, entity, whatever is coming against, this unit, once the plan, if you will, is, put in motion and then it's achieved, that energy that's scattered out amongst all of the people connected to that offspring, they all have to play out some type of karma. And if it gets worse, meaning if the two parents are going further and further away from enlightenment and going deeper into their lower selves, the stronger the pull on that offspring, or those, the children, whatever brings them together. The tie will eventually be severed in a very bad way, because the vibration of those two parents going down is also bogging down the energy of the offspring. So a lot of the times when the creator really, really wants something done, he'll remove one of the parents and put them in the spirit realm to make some things happen. And I don't want to get emotional, because it's just dawning on me how we have parents that fight for us in the spirit and we're so upset and we cry, but we don't often understand like the plan of God until later. Right? So a lot of the times that energy is completely removed from this timeline to go and activate things in other dimensions and other realms to get things done that haven't been done here, that you will have to carry out, or your children will have to carry out. Because when the creator wants a bloodline to do something, whoever doesn't do it is going to get bad karma. Then it's just the responsibility just trickles down. So this is why it's so important to make sure you are paying attention to your babies, to their behavior, their attitude, their patterns, and cultivate and nurture, and just try not to poison them with the things that we already get poisoned by in this realm and in the spirit realm. Because our babies get poisoned, we get poisoned in the 5D as well. Okay, so it's very important to understand that there's no reason to be upset when you don't understand why something is happening. You just have to understand that the only thing you can do is fix your energy, and everything connected to you will have no choice but to rise up, or it'll have to be eradicated. It's just that simple. And I don't want to go too much into my own personal experiences, but I'm sure that a lot of the things that I've gone through is probably a little relatable, to a few people. There are people who I've, engaged with online. They're strangers, right? Who have very similar stories to me. It's just scary how, certain communities of people can come together from just having similar energies. And that's what I mean. Your vibration, that was a spiritual belch. Your vibration is very important because everything connected to you feeds off of it, whether it's in this room or the next. So I think before we go, we need to just, bear in mind that the battle within ourselves, it shows up in ways that we may not see. Yes, in the ways we deal with people. Yes, in the way we dress, and the drugs and the patterns and all of that. But it shows up in your ability to just function as a whole being, your physical body. Like, how you see some people just glow when they're happy because the vibration is not dull. It's high energy. And your spirit is vibrating so high that it appears on your skin. It's in your aura. It's in how you speak. It's in everything. How you walk. How you talk. And yes, definitely how you deal with people and the things around you. So, the battle with yourself is not your battle alone. A lot of your issues are coming from past life, karma from your ancestors, or something that you haven't completed in another dimension or a timeline. That's for you to figure out. But yeah, I'm gonna end here. I'm sorry for all that noise in the background. But yeah, I do love y'all. I hope y'all are really, really ready, because it's gonna be cold as hell in a few weeks. But yeah, I love y'all. I hope y'all drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on y'all own tea, because what? It's free. And yes, them babies went back to school. Okay? Lay y'all. Peace.